Want an easy way to add contrast to your menu? Add Sugarfood's crunchy toppings to your salads, burgers, bowls, and more. From crispy onions and crunchy jalapenos to wontons and then some. These toppings could be your new superpower. Check out the full lineup at sugarfoods.com.
A takeover for Papa John's, more layoffs at Panera Bread, and consumers appear to be skipping breakfast. Welcome to Restaurant Daily, a quick look at the industry's top stories from the editors of Nation's Restaurant News and Restaurant Business. I'm RB Executive Editor Lisa Jennings.
And I'm NRN Senior Editor Joanna Fantozzi. Could Papa John's get a takeover bid? Wall Street thinks it's possible. Earth Capital Management is reportedly considering an offer for the pizza chain. The investment firm, which is backed by a member of Qatar's royal family, has a history of investing in restaurant and retail businesses, according to an analyst from Stephens. The news this week has sent the shares soaring more than 30%. The stock had been down more than 50% over the past year amid sales challenges and management upheaval.
About 350 people are being laid off at Panera Bread with the planned closure of 2 fresh dough facilities. One is in Stockton and the other in Ontario, California. Including those 2, the chain will have shuttered a total of 7 of the fresh dough facilities where the brand's fresh bread and some other products are made. Traditionally, the fresh dough was shipped to cafes where bread was baked every morning. Now the chain is shifting to an on-demand baking model using third-party bakeries that make, par-bake, and freeze the loaves, which are finished in the cafes. It simplifies operations and ensures freshly baked bread is available all day, company officials say. Panera still has 11 fresh dough facilities in operation. It's not known yet whether more will be closed.
Apparently, people love them some free coffee. Starbucks said it had record results from its recent Starbucks Monday promotion on the day after the Super Bowl. The company said it was the most redeemed offer in its history and noted it also generated more loyalty program signups that day than any other day in its history. Traffic to the chain's coffee shops was 26% higher than the average Monday, according to foot traffic data firm Placer.ai. It was so bad that some baristas were calling the day Madness Monday.
Robots are coming to your Wendy's drive-thru. The fast food chain plans to expand its test of voice-activated AI in its drive-thrus to more than 500 locations by the end of this year, up from about 100 right now. Company executives said this week that the test so far has yielded a higher average check and improved labor efficiency, 2 key elements operators look for in technology. Wendy's also said the technology is getting more accurate.
Speaking of drive-thru AI, there's a new player in the field that believes it can solve one of the technology's biggest challenges, poor audio quality. Incept AI offers software that can take orders in the drive-thru and over the phone. It says its system has a 97% accuracy rate without human intervention, thanks in part to software that can solve for things like echo and background noise. Incept just raised $3 million and is in the pilot phase with a large restaurant chain.
The breakfast daypart took a big hit in January, but it wasn't because of egg prices. According to new data from Revenue Management Solutions, breakfast traffic at quick-service restaurants fell by nearly 7% during the month. RMS said breakfast is typically the first meal consumers skip when they're tightening their budgets. Also, the growing number of value promotions in the segment were focused more on lunch and dinner, which may have contributed to the decline. Finally, some brands have scaled back breakfast hours or service altogether. Taco Bell, for instance, recently began giving franchisees the option of whether to offer breakfast. That said, January's dip isn't deterring some brands' bullish plans for the business. Wendy's will accelerate its ad spend and innovation for breakfast this year, while Dutch Bros is testing food options to gain share during the daypart. McDonald's is marking the 50th anniversary of its breakfast this year and plans to celebrate with new news there as well.
Not long ago, diversity, equity, and inclusion were corporate must-haves. Now DEI has become a political lightning rod, and many companies have been rolling back these policies and shutting down DEI divisions, especially in the wake of the federal crackdown under the Trump administration. This began long before Trump was voted into office for a second term and actually started with the 2023 Supreme Court decision against affirmative action. Many restaurant companies like McDonald's, Starbucks, Yum Brands, and Bloomin' Brands have been quietly changing their DEI divisions and using more comfortable words like culture and belonging while ditching terms like diversity and equity. Despite these changes, the restaurant industry and the rest of the business world have a long road to go until the legalities of DEI are finalized and the cultural backlash settles down.
Wingstop has partnered with Houston Rockets shooting guard Jalen Green for its National Basketball Association All-Star Game television ads. They debut Friday. Dallas-based Wingstop signed on as an official NBA partner in October.
And that'll do it for today's edition of Restaurant Daily. I'm Joanna Fantozzi.
And I'm Lisa Jennings. Have a great day.
Thank you for listening to today's episode of Restaurant Daily. Rate us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and subscribe. Want an easy way to add contrast to your menu? Add Sugar Foods crunchy toppings to your salads, burgers, bowls, and more. From crispy onions and crunchy jalapenos to wontons and then some. These toppings could be your new superpower. Check out the full lineup at sugarfoods.com.